Wikipedia is not your friend. Finding credible sources. It's that time of year again. Time to put together another research paper or PowerPoint. Selecting your topic? No problem. Researching? Yeah, right. If you find yourself overwhelmed and scared at the thought of research, then you're not alone. According to a recent study, a company called Infographic found that, on average, 571 million web pages are created every minute. That's a lot of web pages. With so many web pages, there is bound to be the right information for you. However, some of these sites are filled with unreliable information that could potentially ruin your research. This video will help you navigate the internet with ease and find the right sources for you. By the end of this video, you will understand why it is important to use reliable sources. Understand reliable versus unreliable sources. Know how to find credible sources with confidence. This video is aligned with Kentucky Common Core academic standards. In grades 6 through 8, students need to be able to conduct short research projects drawing from several sources. In addition, students need to gather relevant information from multiple print and digital sources and assess the credibility of each source. So what's the big deal? You may be wondering, why does it really matter if my sources are reliable or not? Well, think about this. Imagine you are sick, and your doctor or nurse is preparing to give you a shot, and just moments before, a nurse shows him or her a diagram of how to do it. You're not going to trust that doctor. Same thing applies in your research. Your resources show how reliable you are. Reliable resources give you more credibility and believability, especially if you are trying to make a case in a controversial situation. Think about the last time you used the internet to search for something. Chances are you used Google or Yahoo or some other major search engine site to conduct your research. These search engines are quick, easy, and convenient, but it is important to know that search engine results are most often based on popularity, and most of the time, contributors at the top of the results page often pay more money to the site to be in that position. Does this mean I should never use Google or Yahoo? No. In fact, Google can lead you to great resources that you may have not otherwise found. However, you need to dig deep and critically evaluate each source to see if it contains reliable, accurate information. For starters, most Google users don't go past the first page of results. This can lead to gathering biased information. The rest of this presentation will give you the skills that you need to discern credible resources from resources that are not credible. Here are some big red flags in research. Number 1, there is no author or the author is not qualified to talk about the subject. Number 2, website information is old or not updated. Number 3, the website doesn't look professional and or there are links on the page that don't work. Number 4, there are misspelled words or a lot of grammar errors. Number 5, you can't find the information anywhere else. Number 6, the website is trying to sell you something. Number 7, the website is biased and one-sided. You may not notice all of these things, and just having one may not automatically qualify it as unreliable. But if you notice several of these things, then you can probably rest assured it is an unreliable source. Okay, so time to look at an example of an unreliable source. So I'm going to be using the example banned books in honor of Banned Book Week. Now I see a couple of very reliable sources like our ALA website, but I'm going to scroll down here, and one of the first links I see is Wikipedia. Now, according to most educators, Wikipedia is an unreliable source, and here's why. Anybody can log in and contribute information. So how do I find credible sources? We're going to look at the who, what, why, when, and how of finding credible resources. You're going to be given an evaluation tool, so be ready to refer to it as we go along. The who deals with the authorship of the website. Look for the author's name or the name of a well-known organization. If there is only one author, ask yourself, does this person have an education or experience in what I'm researching? Look for contact information. If there is no contact information or the contact information is invalid, then that is a sign the website is unreliable. The what deals with the purpose of the web page. Often, the researcher can get a glimpse at the purpose of the website by looking at the site's domain name. Notice the .com and .net are used for mainly commercial and personal web pages, and your .edu, .gov, and .org websites are for nonprofit organizations and government organizations. Most often, .edu, .gov, and .org websites are more reliable, but this is not always the case. The why deals with why did the author create the page. Ask yourself, is the website trying to make a quick dollar? Is the only reason to sell you something? Does the website appear mean, hateful, or biased somehow? Does it look at the entire issue? If the web page is trying to sell you something or is only offering a biased opinion, it is unreliable. The when looks at how recent the information on the web page is. One way to tell this is to look for a date somewhere on the web page. Another way is to look around the web page and see if any of the information is old or outdated. Are all the links still working? Links that are inactive may indicate that the website is no longer in use. The how. Keep these things in mind when looking at the how. If a website is credible, the site is easy to navigate. Other sources will back up the information stated. The website will state outside sources used. Keep in mind, you should be able to check out the website's sources. Remember all those commercials that used to say, Dr. Oz recommends this and that? These types of ads used to appear on the radio and the internet all of the time. Almost all of these ads were fake. The ones that were real could be referenced from Dr. Oz's homepage. Same thing with the resources you look at. They should be able to back up their claims somewhere else. There are multiple evaluation tools online that can help you evaluate a web page for credibility. Here is one. Notice the starting place, which guides you through the who, what, why, when, and how of establishing whether a site is credible or not. Using a tool such as this will make your search that much easier and will help you to relax knowing that you chose the best sites for your research. Here's an example of a credible source. Notice the webpage URL, ala.org. This is a reputable organization, and it is written by the American Library Association. Other things that tell us that it's reliable are the fact that we can contact ALA, as well as the information is updated from 1996 to 2015, and all of the different links that we can click on actually work. So are there any websites I can utilize that will give me more reliable results for my research? Here are several websites that are known for helping students find only reliable researched information. These include Google Scholar, iSeek, EasyBib, Britannica, and also try your local library database. The following link has over 100 different places to go for trusted academic research. Have questions? Be sure to contact your local library. Remember, no matter what resource you use, always cite your sources. So let's review what we've learned. We've learned that it is important to use credible sources in your research because it makes you more reliable and your point will be more believable. We've learned how a Google search engine works and why it is important to use a critical eye when conducting research. Remember, just because it's on Google does not mean it is a reliable source. We learned that Wikipedia is unreliable since there is no clear author and anyone can contribute. We also learned how to tell reliable sources from unreliable sources. Remember, if there is not a clear who, what, why, when, and how, then your source may be unreliable. We looked at an example of a reliable source and discussed why it was reliable. Finally, we looked at some reliable search engines to help you in your research. Looks like you have the tools you need. Time to get out there and start searching.